Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Nur Waidatul Aisyah binti Abdul Halid. My student ID is 2024792785 and I'm from BA273C. So today I want to talk about issue in the field of training and development, which is training fatigue and overload. So what is training overload? Training overload refers to a state in which the demands of training exceed an individual's available cognitive, physical or emotional resources, leading to feeling of fatigue, stress and diminished ability to effectively observe and apply training content. So first, let's start with the main issue or challenge based on this article by Chan Yu in 2003. First is unreasonable training design. One main cause of training fatigue is poor training design. Some training programs are too long or packed into one session which can overwhelm workers. Others are too repetitive or rely only on slides and lectures, which can become boring and hard to follow. In some cases, training is scheduled at the wrong time, like during night shift, where workers are already tired and less able to focus. Also, many programs use a one-size-fits-all approach, giving the same content to everyone without considering that people learn in different ways, have different levels of experience and can handle different amounts of information. When training does not match the needs and limits of the learners, it becomes harder for them to pay attention, understand and remember what they learn. Second is various forms of fatigue. Training fatigue and overload happen when new workers are given too much training in a short period of time, or where the training is not suitable for their learning needs. This fatigue does not only affect the body but also the mind and emotion. Workers may feel physically tired but also mentally exhausted, stressed, anxious or nervous. They may struggle to stay focused, feel pressure to pass exam and become emotionally drained, especially when there is no time to rest between the training session. Lastly, the impact on performance and well-being. This kind of fatigue can negatively affect how well workers learn and perform. When people are overloaded, they may find it hard to understand or remember the information. Their concentration and motivation may go down, and their mental health may be affected. If this situation continues for too long, it can hurt their overall well-being. They may feel constantly tired, lose confidence in their ability and even start to dislike their job. In serious case, it could lead to burnout or cause them to quit. Next is the solution from the challenge. Firstly is reasonable training program design. To reduce training fatigue and overload, they need to create training programs that are planned properly and easy to follow. The training should be organized in a way that makes sense and should not be too fast or too packed with information. It is important to make sure the content is useful and fits the needs of the trainee. Next is incorporating cognitive load theory. It is also helpful to use ideas from something called cognitive load theory. This means training should be designed to match how much the brain can handle at one time. If the brain is given too much information too quickly, it becomes overloaded and learning becomes harder. To avoid this, training should explain things in simple way, break complex topics into smaller parts and avoid unnecessary details. This way, the brain does not get too tired and workers can learn better. Other than that, diversifying training methods using different and interesting ways to teach can prevent boredom and make learning more enjoyable. If training is always the same, like only using slides or lectures, people can lose focus and feel mentally tired. But if trainers use group activities, real-life practice, videos or role-playing, it keeps the learner more engaged. This makes it easier to stay alert, absorb the information and feel motivated to keep learning. Last but not least, tailor training to individual educational background. It is important to adjust training based on each employee's knowledge and experience. Not all employees have the same background, so giving the same training to everyone can be a problem. For example, new nurse or fresh graduates may struggle if the training is too advanced, making them feel confused, stressed or discouraged. This can lead to mental overload and poor learning. On the other hand, experienced nurse might find the training too simple and become bored or lose interest. By matching the training content to the right level for each person, hospitals can help nurses learn better, stay focused, and avoid feeling too tired or frustrated. Lastly, what are the suggested ways to overcome this? Which is first, plan training time wisely. Training should be scheduled at the right time, not during the rest hours or when employees are busy with their tasks and responsibilities. Also, training should not be too frequent or too long. Shorter and well-spaced sessions help learners stay alert, reduce stress, and improve memory. Second is to use technology to provide training when needed. Company can use mobile apps or online tools to give employees an access to training at the right moment, especially when they are dealing with urgent situation or meeting. This method is called just-in-time learning. It allows trainees to learn what they need exactly when they need it. Instead of trying to remember everything at once, this reduces mental pressure and supports better understanding. Lastly is to strengthen social and workplace support. Having strong support from others is important to help training cope with the stress of training and work. Support can come from family, friends, co-workers, or mentors. When new workers feel supported, they are more likely to handle the challenge of learning without feeling mentally or physically exhausted. Inside the company, experienced staff should offer guidance and encouragement to a new staff. A friendly and caring work environment helps new staff feel more confident, less stressed, and more open to learning. So this is my article reference for my presentation, and that's all from me. Thank you.